The biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make is that they try to work harder to manage multiple streams of income, and they're already losing. Already losing. Why? Because entrepreneurs that are winning right now, they aren't working more hours. They're operating better systems.
And that's the part nobody talks about. Multiple income streams don't require more grind, they require better structure.
Exactly. So in this episode, we're breaking down how to create and manage multiple income streams at once without adding more work. Welcome back to the League of Hustlers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your co-host, H.
I'm CD Barnes.
And so here we build systems, not just businesses. All right. If you're building multiple streams of income via consulting, product creation, content creation, real estate, software as a service, whatever it is, and you're feeling stretched thin, this episode is going to show you how to reset how you think about scaling. The problem isn't the number of streams. The problem is that how you're managing them isn't right. Okay, so let's jump right into it.
All right. Number one, the problem and the promise being most entrepreneurs, they stack income streams the same way that they stack tasks, one on top of the other. No integration, no operational design, no hierarchy. So what happens? Burnout. And here's the lie. You think the solution is more discipline and more hustle and longer days, but more effort applied to a broken structure just accelerates the collapse. The promise today is simple. You don't need to work harder. You need to architect your streams differently, and we're going to show you how.
Exactly. So let's jump right into it. Let me share my screen. All right. Key point number one. Okay. Go full screen on them. Boom. Building ecosystems. Okay. So stop building separate systems and start building ecosystem. Most entrepreneurs treat income streams like separate businesses, right? So, for example, let's say you run a marketing agency, then you decide to launch a course. Then after that, you decide to launch a podcast. And then after that, you decide to invest in an e-commerce business, right? None of them are talking to each other. That's 4 jobs that you just created. That's not multiple streams. That's multiple responsibilities, right? Because each one of those are going to have to get kicked off to, and grown to start generating income. Responsibilities that you have for each one, they're going to drain your energy. Okay. The ecosystem approach is different. So make your podcast feed your agency. Make your agency create case studies for your course. Have your course build authority that will bring you higher paying clients. One core engine, multiple monetization points. You see the difference? So the key takeaway to that is that your streams should feed each other and not compete for your time. If it doesn't connect, it doesn't belong, and set that as your standard.
Right. That's a big point, though, the whole competing for your time, because time is a resource that it's limited, right? So next up, key point number 2, centralized execution. Most people, they duplicate effort across systems. They're using different tools, different teams, different messaging, different workflows, and all of that is chaos described as ambition. It sounds good, but it's not. So for example, you're creating separate emails for clients, separate messaging for your core audience, separate content for YouTube channels, but the core message is the same. And so, really, you need to find a way to centralize your execution, so you're not rebuilding every single time. Smart operators create once and distribute everywhere. So, you end up with one content pillar, one CRM, one marketing calendar, and that's how you can manage to scale without necessarily increasing hours, right? You're increasing efficiency. And so the biggest takeaway from this, though, is you can't manage it from one dashboard, then you're overcomplicating it. You want to simplify your systems as much as possible and centralize your systems, centralize your operation. Centralized systems help to multiply leverage, while on the other hand, scattered systems multiply your stress level.
Exactly. So, moving right along. Key point 3. All right. Key point 3 is that your calendar reveals the truth. All right. If you're still the operator in every stream, you don't have streams, you have multiple jobs. This is where most entrepreneurs resist. Why? We want control, right? Because delegation feels expensive, right? And we want control. And delegation feels expensive. You know, I got to pay somebody to do this and they're doing it and I don't have control over it. Doesn't feel right. But we got to get out of that mind state, right? So let's say, for example, you manage client delivery, you edit content, you respond to every DM, you oversee product fulfillment, you track analytics manually. That's not scale. That's bottleneck behavior. Okay. The goal isn't more revenue streams. The goal is owner position, right? You're making the goal owner position. You're positioning yourself as controlling everything. We want to get out of that mind state. Okay. So that means, right? That means that you need SOPs. That means that you need automation. That means that you need to hire before you feel comfortable. It's okay. Some things you got to let go of. Okay? The key takeaway to this is that if it requires your daily presence, it's not an asset yet. Not an asset. Assets operate with oversight, not constant involvement. And that's the shift that we have to mentally make as entrepreneurs.
Right. And so, what are we going to do about this? All right. So, here's the action steps. Here's what we're going to do this week. Here's what we want you to do this week. Step one, list every income stream that you currently have. Draw lines between them. If a stream does not feed one another, then question it. Doesn't mean you need to get rid of it. It doesn't mean that you need to, not support it, but just question it and really take a look at how you can incorporate this into an ecosystem. Step number two, identify your core engine. Is it content? Is it client work? Is it a particular product or a service? Whatever you find is your core engine, work on strengthening that stream first, because that's where your initial revenue probably lies. Step number three, remove one responsibility from your plate. You need to work on automating tasks. You need to work on delegating tasks. You need to work on building systems for this stream. Scale is more so about subtraction and less about addition. It's not about adding more components. It's really about subtracting parts and pieces that don't need to be a part of the system anymore, right? And that's execution.
Exactly. So, what we found as the best way to manage all of this is a tool called the Dream Stream strategy. Okay, Dream Stream. Okay, Dream Stream helps you simplify and streamline your income streams with everything being aligned. So your streams don't feel random, right? They're structured progression. Traffic flows through your pipeline, hitting each stream, right? We want something that's cohesive. And revenue expands without complexity. That's what it's all about. So DreamStream turns scattered hustle into engineered scale. All right. DreamStream is one of the dopest things that I've seen, and it helps me keep track of everything that's popping off in my businesses. I can plug the information in and in a snapshot on the dashboard see what's going on. Okay, I can see the different income streams. I can see and track how much each one is making. I can see where they line up with my overall income goal, right? My overall lifestyle goals. That's the magic of DreamStream. That's the power of it. Okay.
Right. So they have a 7-day free trial. Definitely want to get started on that. Start your 7-day free trial for the DreamStream app and start turning your goals and your ideas into legit income streams and turn all of that into one clear execution system. They have, you can track your tasks, your daily tasks in there. You can track the progress on your streams. For example, if you have a stream where the goal is, I want to make $10,000 per month on here, it can track, what that progression is. If you're only $2,000 there of the 10, or and so on. And it also has built-in accountability. You can get notifications and alerts for how you're progressing on those streams and what tasks that you need to be working on that day. It has a built-in AI assistant that is fully aware of your streams and what you should be working on for that day, which essentially supercharges the entire thing. You have a built-in virtual assistant that's going to help push you along the way to get your streams on the road, right? To get all of this stuff going. So definitely you want to sign up for that free 7-day trial and try it out for yourself.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, you don't need more hours. You don't need more alignment. You don't need more effort. You need engineered flow. We want our income streams to flow. They're called streams. Let them flow, right? Build systems to accomplish this, right? Build streams that feed one another and stop working harder to earn what structure should be delivering. Okay. We'll see you in the next episode. As always, hit us up at questions@leagueofhustlers.com. And that's it. That's it for this episode. Let's get it. Let's go. Follow for